Go ahead and count up the number of words you have. Let's see who has the most. Let's see who has all of them.
Can you give us a number of how many there are? Give us a goal. We're salespeople.
What should we be?
14. All right, so how many do we have? Who has at least 5? Okay, well, good. Who has 7 or more? Okay, well, 10. Anybody have 10? Okay, so we have 7 or more. Nobody has 10. 8? 8? Okay. Is that exactly what you have? 8?
Some are questionable.
Some are questionable. Now, here's where we start to get into trouble, right? And I have to watch myself because, as I told some people, I spent the last week doing harassment training. So now we're doing an exercise that says how many body parts are spelled with just 3 letters, and I have a group that says, we have 9, we have 8, but some are questionable. So now here's me falling for the trap, and I'm going to ask, will you give me your list? Okay? Do we have to sign a waiver before we? Okay, good. Whew, I'm concerned about that. So go ahead, give me your list.
Right, we have
Leg,
arm,
eye,
ear,
toe, lip.
These 2 are the ones that we're not sure.
Gum, yep.
And lid.
Lid, no. It's an eyelid. It's not just a lid, right? It's not like something I would put on top of a pot. Right? Yes.
We also have knee and heel.
Let's talk about that. So here's my list. So we have, this is what people usually come up with right off the bat. Usually they give me eye, arm, leg, ear, toe, jaw, lip. Usually what they give me, right? The people, hold on. The people who are really good then say, well, what about hip, rib, and gum? Now, what about these? Foot, knee, and heel. So, no, it's not cheating. Where's my salespeople in here, right? Now, let me ask you this. So we throw this up here. And by the way, now if you're the really good people, iris and tooth. Now, before we go any further, see what happens is people say, wait a minute, foot. 4 letters, Mike. I don't know, you can train, you can do whatever. Obviously, you stink at spelling. Foot has 4 letters. And I say, no, it doesn't. It has 3 letters. The O repeats. So let me ask you this. We have a lot of books on the side of the shelf. And I can guarantee if you pick up any one of those books, you're going to find thousands of words and sentences and pages of stuff, right? Let me ask you, how many letters are in the alphabet? 26. If I look at a book that's got thousands of words, hundreds of pages, I guarantee you there's still only 26 letters of the alphabet. Okay? So, oh, by the way, if we do this, then we've got to take out I. I's got 2 letters. Oh. So, why do we do this exercise besides freaking some of you people out and having people yell at me? Because in a sales situation, we're asking this. Are you missing opportunities right in front of you? And are you missing opportunities, like my friends at the Chamber of Commerce say, because you're cheating? So remember, we started the day by saying, I'm not looking at you to push product on people who don't need product, but I'm looking at you to uncover those unknown needs. A lot of opportunities are sales opportunities, whether you realize it or not. So what you have to do is you have to ask yourself, why is this customer doing this now? Why is this customer doing this now? So when we talk to the financial institutions, and I know we have a bunch here today, I love talking about a transaction which is pretty routine, such as a change of address. And we actually tell the story in the book where the sales coach, Dave Kimba, happens upon Sally, who's doing a change of address form. And when Dave says about that sales opportunity, Sally says, hey, it's the customer, is just changing his address. Well, changing your address by itself isn't a sales opportunity, but the reason why they're changing their address is a sales opportunity. So think about this. If I go to my local bank and I change my address, what happened? I moved. Right? That makes sense, right? So why do I move? When I move, what happens? When you move from a place to place, what could happen? I could buy a home, right? If I buy a home, what's the opposite of buying a home? Selling a home. How else could I move? I could rent, right? I could move in with my parents. Witness protection program? Probably not walking to the branch to change my address. Occasionally people do bring that up in seminars, and in every instance I constantly keep my eye on that person to say, I'm not going to make sure I know where he's at all stages for the rest of the seminar. You could go to school, right? You could change your address because you're going to school. You could leave school. These are all situations that happen. Now, when you buy a home, what are reasons why people buy homes? It could be an investment. More space because maybe they got married, right? They have kids. Their kids are getting older. Now, what's the opposite of your, you've got a bigger family? Downsizing. Your family has left, right? So think about this, and this is the example that we used in the sales coach. It was husband and wife who were finally moving to a over 55 community because their last kid had graduated college and was out of the home. Imagine two people, husband and wife, who had a big mortgage with a couple kids at home, making good money. Even though they're making good money with a big mortgage and two kids at home, could they be living paycheck to paycheck and struggling? Absolutely. Now all of a sudden, their kids are gone. We'll assume college is paid off. And they've gone from a big home to a smaller home. Could it be safe to say that those people are now suddenly rich? Well, let me say by not rich. Do they now have a lot more money than they know what to do with? Yeah, because maybe they just saved $500, $600, $700, $800 on a mortgage. Maybe they don't have kids they have to pay for. They've got lower utility bills, lower food bills, lower whatever, everything else because they were maybe helping to support a child who was living at home. They now have money and they have no idea what to do with. If they sold a big home to buy a small home, could they have extra money? So we talked about investment property. Could they have maybe, hey, I got a windfall of money and I don't know what to do with. An opportunity for them to talk about investments. But they just came in for a change of address form. So you don't think that's a sales opportunity, but it really is. And in your line of work, there's always situations where people are telling you things or doing things that create sales opportunities. So with the insurance company, I have a baby at home. That's an opportunity, right? Because now I have somebody else who's depending on me and my income. I have to make sure that there's life insurance. Or I need to reevaluate how much life insurance that I have. Correct? Because if somebody else is there that is counting on me and counting on money from me. Think about what you do and think about the customers who interact with you. Are there sales opportunities?